that's so hard to do, you know? And it's one of those things where it's like, you got to learn the proper technique to really nail that. You play one with your left hand, and then the next 3 are with individual fingers on your right hand.
It's a skill issue if you can't do it.
It's literally something where it's like, if the action on your piano isn't good enough, you just cannot play this piece. And then we immediately start getting into this, like...
Yeah.
Oh man, it's the harmony in this Ravel piece. I might have to do a breakdown on this one day, because the harmony is absolutely incredible. And I love when we get into like the main sort of, after the intro, if you will, we get into this section that just to me feels like it's so drivey. It's not quite metal yet, but it is so just like something's building.
Like it kind of is.
Watch this. So this one keeps building and building and building, but one of the things I really love about this, and one of the reasons I think it belongs on this list, is because of the way this thing ends.
People are way better than that. Way better than I am.
Oh, listen to that harmony.
Why are they so good? Why are you
That's
so
crazy.
good,
I mean,
bro?
that's just so insane. What a piece. What a performance, too. Absolutely stunning. Moving back to Rachmaninoff, who I think definitely deserves multiple places on this list. Let's check out Yuzha Wang performing the G minor prelude. Check this one out.
Dude, who doesn't love Rachmaninoff? Man had like 11 fingers or some shit. 12 fingers.
Then we open it up and have this major section.
Yeah, dude, it does sound happier.
Oh, those massive chords going on underneath. And then we top the whole thing out with this. Check this out.
Ah, it's so good.
This is just such an epic piece. It's one that I've started working on. I'm nowhere near ready to perform it for you guys at all, but it is definitely, I feel like it's more doable.
See, that's what, like, whenever I play a song on saxophone and you're like, well, that doesn't sound right, or you fucked up. Well, yeah, you have to practice. It's called sight reading, not
then say like the Ravel one, because the Ravel one just has so many like
innately,
really specific technical things that are incredibly difficult. But
good,
this is maybe less so, but it's just, you get that.
in general.
Which is not correct, but that's like the vibe, right? And you just have these like massive chords going on all the time, and I don't know, this one just is so epic.
Dude probably spent hundreds of hours like doing that, like it's what you do, you know?
Jeez.
Even he is impressed. Even Chris Cornell. Charles Cornell, sorry. Keep calling him Chris.
Oh, listen to all the inner movements going on. That's crazy. I mean, just look at the music for that. Like, that's so
Nobody needs to play any kind of music like a fifth, like three, like this is just ridiculous.
wild.
This is ridiculous.
It's pieces like this where, like, sometimes you look at it and you go, it's a string of 16th notes, and you're not considering some of the movements that are going on in the hand. Like, maybe sometimes you're playing like a, and then in the same hand you got to go, and like there's so many things that will just sneak up on you and that make this incredibly difficult.
Ridiculous.
That's why it's an etude. That's why
I don't need to listen to music
Chopin
like
and
this.
a lot of composers did this. They would write like an etude like this, and they would do it in every key, and that was sort of like the thing to do, right? And what a performance!
It was the style at the time.
I'm not pronouncing the liu correctly, but man, just absolutely stunning. I feel like Chopin starts to get into that territory where it's like the classic thing where everyone, when you start dealing with Chopin and Bach especially, what we're gonna get to, you start seeing things that are like people will actually make metal versions.
There we go.
I love it.
Dude. Nice.
That's absolutely sick. I'll put a link to that video down in the description. Phenomenal job.
Yeah,
But yeah,
let's
I mean,
go.
This is,
Let's
I feel like,
go.
what
Metal
things where
music,
people
baby.
Immediately see the crossover of like, oh, if you just literally play this melody on an electric guitar with some distortion, you've got metal. And perhaps one of the most famous examples of that is the Moonlight third movement.
This was my Mount Everest, and I learned how to play it. I probably can play it now because I haven't had an access to a piano. But yeah.
Oh, the dynamic control here.
I actually could play this, but probably not anymore. I could just play the fast part.
We can immediately have like some of the most beautiful sections ever. It's absolutely insane. This is a great one, and I know the first movement very well. Actually, the first movement is one of the I want to do a full walkthrough of the first movement in the new Better Piano system, which is part of the Black Friday sale. It's going on right now. I'll talk about that more in a second. But that first movement of the Moonlight, the real famous one, that's the kind of stuff that I'm going to be doing like full hour-plus long first note to last note walkthroughs. There's already a couple up in there right now, but yeah. This third movement, though, it's one that I haven't tackled myself, but man, I really should. I really should spend some time and start working on this one. It is a behemoth of a movement, that is for sure. These last three are sort of piano adjacent's not the right word, but for example, I think this deserves a place on this list, and it's Bach's Harpsichord Concerto. Check out Jean Rondeau playing this harpsichord, because this is absolutely nuts.
Off that chat, baby.
I feel like strings like this, when they play those, like, there's a term for it, I'm not familiar with it, but the real short, like, chugging notes, that's like the original djent, kind of, isn't it? The harpsichord is a fantastically bizarre instrument to us, especially as pianists, because it's not striking. It's not the same thing as a piano action with hammers hitting a string. It plucks the string, which is also why it doesn't matter how hard you hit it, it doesn't change the volume of the sound. So you can actually see here that Jean Rondeau's technique different than playing the piano. Yeah, it's less about getting the volume and controlling the dynamics, and more about pressing the right key at the right time.
Yeah, that and it doesn't really matter about the keystrokes in that.
You know, I've never played. That's not true. I have played a harpsichord, but not like ever learned how to play a harpsichord. So it is a totally different skill set. Even if the shape of the keyboard is the same, completely different instrument. But I think it's really cool to see how that kind of compares, and it's like piano adjacent. That's why I think it does belong on this list.
Well, it's piano adjacent because it's what the piano came from the harpsichord.
It's Bach after all.
And again, I think the harpsichord still has a place in modern society. Nobody.
It's not the only Bach that's on this list, because this list wouldn't be complete without.
Oh! Let's go, baby.
Oh, man, the organ is such a nuts instrument. Look at this.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, wait, not yet.
Ready, ready, ready? Pedals, pedals.
Oh.
Oh, do you know how much that room is shaking right now?
Dude, I watched a documentary on organs, and they are so fucking dope. They're like built into the entirety of the cathedral, castle, whatever they are. Like they're built into the building. Like, oh my god, like organs were the first synthesizers. Organs are insane. You do not appreciate organs enough. I don't either. I've gotten closer to appreciating them, but holy fuck. Let's go, Bowser. It's Mario 64 Bowser.
Oh. Do it again!
Dude, he's dope as shit.
Oh my, this is just one of the most metal things ever written, period. Piano or not. Again, piano adjacent being the organ, which also has its own entirely different technique that's different from the harpsichord and different from the piano. The pipe organ is just one of the coolest instruments ever created.
Hell yeah, man.
Look at the feet! Wow!
God damn, can you imagine playing a building? Yeah, like, because that's what they're doing, they're playing a building. That, like, god damn it. It's so fucking good. Like, I get my rocks off on an organ, on a real organ.
What? Are you serious?
Let's go, man. Let's go. Bro, it's so
no
fucking
wonder
good.
Wanted to use the organ in the Interstellar soundtrack. It's just
let's fucking go.
Powerful instrument. It's got to be like one of the most powerful instruments in the world. They're some of the largest instruments in the world. I mean, they can take up
they're an entire building. They're built into the building.
Entire cathedrals. Absolute insanity. But to top this list off,
insane.
I want to cover something that was new to me. I didn't even realize this was a thing. Samuel Barber is well known for the Adagio for strings. But I was much less familiar with this.
I love reacting to him. I love myself reacting to him, reacting to people. Dude, let's fucking go.
You know, one thing I love about this, and one of the reasons that to me my brain immediately just goes to like modern like prog metal, is this whole thing is in 5/8. It's divided into like 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1.
How is nobody like
that fives broken up thing? I mean, it's so common in a lot of metal like now. And this one I think belongs on that sort of piano adjacent list because it is a piano concerto with the entire orchestra. But the piano part itself is absolutely nuts. Listen to how this thing ends.
Dude, look at her hands. It's ridiculous. Nobody should be able to do this.
That is just absolutely wild. Absolutely insane. If you've ever felt like you needed to headbang to classical piano, I mean, there are plenty of options because, like I said at the beginning, I mean, these composers, they were kind of the same in a lot of ways as metalheads today. They just had different instruments.
When Rachmaninoff wanted to cause physical harm to the people, let's fucking go, baby.
One random day in 1892, a 19-year-old Rachmaninoff woke up and chose violence.
Stupid. He's stupid.
Saying anybody says anymore. This dude, I mean, there's no other explanation than he wanted to cause physical harm to the piano. Now, here's an important thing to remember. Rachmaninoff was 6'6". Dude was a giant. Apparently, he could also reach a 13th with his hand, which, just so you get an idea, that's a 10th. Okay, I am barely grabbing the edges of those keys.
Yeah, Rachmaninoff.
Let me mark this out for you.
2 more
that would
fingers.
Be an 11th, a 12th. There's a 13th. It is an octave plus a 6th. Are you kidding me right now? So when I feel terrible about myself because some of these pieces are a little bit difficult.
We all do.
That's why. Because you know what? Because I'm not 6'6". Sorry. Grieg was 5'1". At least I got him beat. I feel a little bit better. Now, the dynamic isn't forte. No. It is fortissimo, which is literally twice as loud. That's not really what that means, but it's louder, right? But here's the thing. If you go further in the piece, you find triple forte, what was that? Fortissimo.
But it had an S in front of it. It's Forsande fortissimo. It's very gentle and then very loud. It's Forsande fortissimo.
It's Forzande, whatever that means. Anyways, let's
Forsande fortissimo.
One of the most insane.
I know.
It became his
my musical language.
Hit.
Damn it!
People would yell "C sharp" out of the audience at him. And it got to the point where he kind of regretted writing the piece because it had become so in demand every single time he performed. Really quick, these videos are made possible not by sponsors, but by things that I've made for you. I knew at a certain point, rather than taking sponsorships from companies that neither of us really care about, I thought it would be way cooler if I just built all of my knowledge into something that can help you start learning how to play. And that's exactly what I've done over the past years since I've been doing this. And we are just days away from the biggest Black Friday sale I've ever run. I'm gonna be giving you access to my brand new Better Piano system, which I have been working on for years. It is a culmination of everything that I have learned on how to teach you how to start playing this instrument in the most effective way I know how. It is an absolutely massive program. And this Black Friday, it's going to be available at 75% off. And that is just the beginning, because this year we got to do something insane for Black Friday. And we are giving away 3 free bonuses. Check this out. So the first bonus is part 1 of my Better Piano improv system.
That is going to be
an entire additional course, complete with its own instruction, exercises, downloadable resources, backing tracks, you name it, it's in there. And that is my Intro to Improvisation course. Once you build up all the basics using the Better Piano system, this is going to help you start playing anything you want in real time. And the second free bonus, this is part 2 of the Better Piano improv system, and it is another entire additional course. It takes the Intro to Improv course and bumps it up a notch and starts to
If we raise the minimum wage, then prices will go up. Then we'll just raise the minimum wage again. It's called mutually assured destruction. What do you think? It's a one-time use like a paper plate? You know capitalism is just made up, right? So we can make up whatever we want to help fix it. You don't think people who flip burgers should make $20 an hour? I think they should make 30. They do something important. What do? Send
I love my burgers. Go.
4 emails a day and spell check a PowerPoint? You sound like a dad who got kicked out the family group chat for sharing too many articles about how you shouldn't trust doctors. Why should your job owe you a living wage so you can keep yourself alive to do the job? If it helps, picture your workers as Tamagotchis, because you seem to be having a lot of trouble picturing them as human beings. Type where you live into the MIT living wage calculator. Most of the time it'll just answer good f***ing luck. My book comes out September 10th. Link in my bio for pre-orders and a signed copy. If we raise the minimum wage, then prices will go up. Then we'll just raise the minimum wage again.
It's not wrong.
It's called
Is there something I can do for you?
I'm looking for a girl.
Snowball! Morty!
Oh my god, I missed you so much!
Me too, Morty. Me too.
There's a goddamn cougar in the car! Oh, there's a cougar in the car. I put it in there.
Oh.
You gotta learn to drive
It's just a
with
little
the fear.
kitty cat.
And there ain't nothing more
It's just
goddamn
a little
frightening than driving
kitty.
with a live cougar. There's a go-
That's Zelda, by the way. Zelda turned herself into a dragon. By the way, they could have had a DLC that, like, it's such a low-hanging fruit. I don't know why they didn't do it. Because Tears of the Kingdom, we found out how to turn yourself into a dragon is to, like, the tier or whatever. And then they have, like, the other 3 dragon, like Dinal, Nera, and whatever the Favor dragon was. And it's like you literally could have done a DLC that had them eating the dragon tier. Tears of the Kingdom, the dragon tier. Because Ganondorf did it. Zelda did it. Like, you could have totally had the DLC do it. Why did you not? Like, that it's so... Bro, it's a guy in Texas, me, thinking that you could do that, like...
Most people think if they run out of problems, they'll die. That's why work meetings were invented. Most people are holding the whole reality together with just a haircut, and then endlessly healing themselves back to being a piece of shit. I'd rather be a free-range piece of shit. You handed a steering wheel early in life that isn't connected to anything. So one afternoon, while sitting on the passenger side of my couch, I just threw it out the window. Most people think if they run out of problems, they'll die. That's why work meetings were invented. Most people are holding the whole reality together with just a haircut, and then endlessly healing themselves back to being a piece of shit. I'd rather be a free-range piece of shit. You handed a steering wheel early in life that isn't connected to anything. So one afternoon, while sitting on the...
It's weird, right? Like, I used to have friends. I don't have friends anymore. Everyone betrays you. I'm on my own. So...
passenger side of my couch.
Do you want a dynamic workplace with constant challenges that push you to your limit? No.
No.
What the hell are you talking
I just want to do my fucking job.
about? Is this a job or a ninja warrior course? Why does every job posting have to start with, do you want to be stressed out all the time and die sooner? This is how you're selling the job?
Not
Make
wrong.
it sound stable and nice. For God's sakes, World War III has been trending for weeks. You want people to apply, say, at this job, people are calm and normal.
It's not wrong.
And whenever there's nothing to do, everyone keeps their mouth shut and enjoys it. Jobs don't need to be stressful. Not even the people whose job it is to move the doomsday clock look stressed out at work. Look at his face. This is not the face of a man being forced to wear many hats in a fast-paced environment, so every other job can calm down. Do you want a dynamic workplace with constant challenge?
Prove to me that the Christian God doesn't exist. Okay, sure. So, personally, I feel it in my heart that the Christian God doesn't exist. Also, every time that I've prayed, I never got an answer, so that's how I know for sure that he doesn't exist. Also, every time I look at the trees and the... Prove to me that the Christian God doesn't
So you can't really prove a negative, so he might exist, but if he does, then he's doing a fucking horrible job at it. And what this guy is saying was kind of correct.
Doesn't exist. Okay, sure. So
You know, I've never met a celebrity, but I have met a knight once. Hey, I need a new song for this pink gumball thing that we're working on. He really sucks. Anyways, don't make it too weird. Don't make it too over the top. Just something mellow.
This is gourmet thing.
You know, I've never met a celebrity, but I...
That was gourmet
Pure
thing.
water is conductive, like this. See, resistance.
Such tests with 120 volt is dangerous and can instead be done with a low voltage battery and a single LED.
You can't do these tests with non-conductive pure water. The more ionized impurities are in the water, the
You know, I've never met a...
impure water is conductive, like
Such tests with 120 volt is dangerous and can instead be done with a low voltage battery and a single LED.
you can't do these tests with non-conductive pure water. The more ionized impurities are in the water, the less resistive it becomes. Impure water is conductive.
It's time we talked about the elephant in the room. I'm talking about the fact that applications for 2K, free childcare for 2-year-olds, are closing on June 26th. That's this Friday. So head to myschools.nyc.
Do I run Donnie? Like,
it's time we talked about the elephant.
can we get him?
Elephant in the room.
Can we get him in DFW?
I love the pain. Because the pain is the truth. The hurt is the truth.
How many beers will it take to make me smile? One beer.
And that one is you, no other will do. I lost all ambition, the world will agree. I just
He smiled a little bit. He'll never smile. He'll never come back. I understand it. I understand this.
According to black feline science, black cats absorb all negative energy in the house, and then...
If you think someone deserves an eternity in hell because they don't believe in your God, then you are just as much a psychopath as the God you worship. If you think someone deserves an eternity in hell...
If it's clear and yellow, you've got juice there, fella. If it's tangy and brown, you're in cider town. Now, there's two exceptions. If it's clear and yellow, you've got juice there, fella. If it's tangy and brown, you're in cider town. Now, there's two exceptions, and it gets kind of here.
You can stay, but I'm leaving.
I'm leaving.
They're using late season apples. And of course, in Canada, the whole thing's flip-flop. If it's clear and yellow, you've got juice there, fella. If it's tangy and brown, you're in cider town. Now, there's two exceptions, and it gets kind of here.
I have just learned that the reason why Republicans say that we're not a democracy, we're a constitutional republic, is because they think that democracy is Democrat, and they think that constitutional republic is Republican.
If it's clear...
Well,
I
yeah,
have
they're
just learned-
stupid.
This is messed
They're
up.
dumb.
We're in the kids section of Barnes and Noble. Y'all see that? What they're trying to do to y'all's children?
Do they want the kids to be gay? No, of course not. They want the kids to be kind. Check it out. It's two dads. Does looking at this make you gay? No, that's ridiculous.
I think it may make them gay a little bit, and if they're gay a little bit, they...
This is what we call representation, so that kids who have LGBT family can be included on topics about family, and so that other kids know that this is not weird, this is not gross, and they don't grow up to be a judgmental asshole.
Oh, shit.
When New Yorkers can afford a home,
Dad.
they can afford to dream. If the absence of good government created the conditions we now face, the presence of good government can build. When New Yorkers
Come to DFW, please.
can afford a home, they can afford to dream. If the absence of good government created the conditions we now face, the presence of good government can build the solutions we now need. I am proud to announce that New York City will propose, pursue, and deliver solutions to this crisis through our historic housing plan, block by block, a plan that matches not only our city's size, but the scale of our city's ambition. When New Yorkers can afford a home, they can afford to dream. If the absence of good government created the conditions we now face, the presence of good government can build the solutions we now need. I am proud to announce that New York City will propose, pursue, and deliver solutions to this crisis through our historic housing plan, block by block, a plan that matches not only our city's size, but the scale of our city's ambition.
Good for him.
A man could be depressed for months. And the only thing people notice is how mad he gets. How easily agitated he is. Oh yeah, it's Mental Health Awareness Month. So how you doing, bro?
Hey, not great.
Oh, yeah? Me too. Me too.
Not great.
I'm onto you, Nathan. You just do the bare minimum round here. If even that. Don't you have pride in your work? I can do the work of 5 people.
Wow. Color me impressed. Really. Do you know what the reward is for doing the work of 5 people? Becoming responsible for the work of 5 people?
True.
I mean, if that's what brings you joy, have at it, Tiger. You're not making 5 salaries, are you?
Yeah.
I'm onto you, Nathan. You just do the bare minimum round here.
My baby boy! Forgot your past. You know, I'm your future. If you are looking forward to eat Chinese food every day, let me know. I'm waiting here for you. So, drop 1 heart down below if you are interested. Got it? My baby boy! Forgot your past. You know, I'm your future. If you are looking forward to eat Chinese food every day, let me know. I'm waiting here for you. So, drop 1 heart down below if you are interested. Got it?
Okay, here's the deal. This was yesterday, okay?
The average price of gasoline nationwide is down 60 cents a gallon just from a short while ago. And remember,
a celebration of gas prices falling 60 cents a gallon. That saves a lot of people a lot of money. That's a big deal. But this is today.
ExxonMobil, it's Chevron, it's Shell, it's BP, it's a lot of them. The gasoline or the oil prices have come down so much, and we are not seeing anything at the pump by comparison to what it should be. We should be, in my opinion, at $2.25 right now at the pump.
Yeah, well, we're
so
not.
that
well,
is where
not.
he announces that he is launching a massive investigation by the DOJ against oil companies for price gouging. The day after, he was celebrating the fall in gas prices. He is insisting that gas should be $2.25 a gallon, with oil at 70, when it was $2.90, with oil at 58. Normally, you would need oil probably at $35 a barrel to get to that $2.25. But since his celebration of all the big, beautiful tankers coming to the United States, which a lot of people on this app jumped on, were like, yeah, look at the tankers coming. We would likely need oil in the $20 range to get gas at $2.25. It's the reason gas is about 40 or 50 cents more a gallon right now than it should be. It's not because of price gouging. It's because that intellectual giant doesn't understand how anything works. There's a reason it's called supply and demand. And while many on the right were somehow convinced it was going to somehow benefit us to get rid of a ton of our supply, over 50 million barrels? It doesn't. And you're learning that right now. And you're going to continue to learn that for quite some time. You didn't just pay more because we went to Iran. You got hit with an additional tax on top of that. When we decided it was a great thing for them to come to the United States and take our gasoline.
We're okay with it.
Being stupid.
Constantly being told to work as hard as we possibly can. That's what we're being drilled into us, right? Work as hard as you possibly can. This is my message to you, okay? If you are lucky enough to be doing a job you love, if you are lucky enough to be doing the job of your dreams, then sure, work as hard as you possibly can, okay?
Okay, here's the deal.
Constantly being told to work as hard as we possibly can. That's what we're being drilled to be doing a job you love. If you are lucky enough to be doing the job of your dreams, then sure, work as hard as you possibly can, okay? But if you're not, work as little as you can fucking get away with. Constantly being told to work as hard as we possibly can. That's what we're being drilled into us, right? Work as hard as you possibly can. This is my message to you, okay? If you are lucky enough to be doing a job you love, if you are lucky enough to be doing the job of your dreams, then sure, work.
Donald Trump has been president for 18 months. And while he and his advisors love to blame Joe Biden for rising costs, Americans elected him to lower costs. He's been at it for 18 months. He's raised costs for everybody, shredded the safety net meant to catch people during tough times. This Trump economy isn't just bad. For me, it's a moral abomination. This is bigger than politics. It's about humanity. Donald Trump has been president for 18 months. Oh, wow. And while he and his advisors love to blame Joe Biden for rising costs, Americans elected him to lower costs. He's been at it for 18 months. He's raised costs for everybody, shredded the safety net meant to catch people during tough times. This Trump economy isn't just bad. For me, it's a moral abomination. This is bigger than politics. It's about humanity.
Disculpe, ¿dónde está la puerta 12? Mi vuelo se retrasó. ¿Me ayuda por...?
In 1990, there were fewer than 80 billionaires in the United States. Today, there are over 900.
Wild.
When I look around, I do not see a state of Maine that's 10 times wealthier than 1990.
I want to be a billionaire.
We don't have 10 times the schools, 10 times the hospitals. Our paychecks don't go 10 times as far. Mainers don't have 10 times the free time. In fact, we have less. In 1990, there were fewer than 80 billionaires.
Here's a hot take. Grand Theft Auto 6 is supposed to come out this holiday season after 11 years since Grand Theft Auto 5, and I couldn't care less. I never got into Grand Theft Auto. I've never been addicted to any video game. I've enjoyed video games, and I've gotten into them to the point.
I'm hungry, but I can't afford food. Will you help me? Get a job. Okay, I got a part-time job, but I still can't afford food. Will you help me? Work full-time then. Okay, I found a full-time job, but now I lost my health insurance because I make too much. I still can't afford food. Will you help me? No, stop being lazy and get a better job then. Go to college or something. Okay, I took out loans and I went to college like you said, but now I have a bunch of school loans I have to pay back on top of my health insurance. I still can't afford food. Will you help me? It was your choice to take those loans out. Get a job and pay them off like the rest of us. Okay, I was one of the lucky few to get a job in my field after graduating, but now I have to pay for student loans, my health insurance, I lost my food stamps because I make too much, and they take more money out of my paycheck for taxes. I still can't afford food. Will you help me? No, we won't.
I'm looking at
on one condition. What condition is that? Pop out a kid. What? You're a single person household. We don't really care about you, but if you have a baby, suddenly we have way more assistance available for you. So you're saying I only deserve food in this country if my body is either A, performing labor, or B, in labor? That's correct. Okay, this system seems really broken. No, it's not broken. It's working exactly how we designed it to. I'm hungry, but I can't afford food. Will you?
Nobody will fuck me, so it doesn't really matter. Seems like pretty much everyone agrees with this.
If we
Non! Stop! Je sais, c'est moi qui lui dis d'arrêter.
I'm just interested
And what brought you to that prompt?
The commandment in Deuteronomy where it says to kill your disobedient children. So do you think you would go to prison if you did that nowadays?
Wait, just give me a second because...
So do you think... So just answer the question, though. If you asked your kid to clean their room and they said, fuck you, and then you killed them, would you go to prison? Just a yes or no question.
That is not a yes or no question.
It totally is.
It totally is.
Because you want to
100%.
backpedal and run away from it because you know the answer, right? You know the answer, Nicole. You know the answer.
Yeah.
Come on.
Are we gonna have... I'm still confused.
What is
because
the answer?
I study the Bible, so if I want to know where these verses are so I could read it myself.
He told you!
Digest what you're reading.
So are you saying you want to see the verse where it says to kill disobedient children?
Yes, please.
Okay. This is Deuteronomy 21:18. Suppose a man has a stubborn and rebellious son who will not obey his father or mother even though they discipline him. In such case, the father or mother must take the son to the elders as they hold court at the town gate. The parents must say to the elders, this son of ours is stubborn and rebellious and refuses to obey. Then all the men of his town must stone him to death.
I'm trying to understand.
Because I can see your face. You turned your camera on because you were offended.
Why would I turn my camera on if I was...
Because you wanted me to see the crash out, and I love it. I'm here for it.
I'm just interested in what
I'm okay.
brought you to that prompt.
The commandment in Deuteronomy.
Billionaires love to justify paying their employees no more than minimum wage or avoiding paying taxes altogether by saying stuff like, hey, I don't make the rules. And then they'll turn around and donate millions of dollars to the campaigns of the people who literally do make the rules. I mean, billionaires are basically like, hey, don't get mad at me. I'm just following the law that I actively make sure is tilted in my favor through a combination of bribes and blackmail.
Not
what
wrong.
a glorious waste this life is. Waste. More than 9 in 10 voters believe that corruption is the biggest problem in politics and government. And voters want bold reform. 83% want a law that bars the president from having conflicts of interest. 81% want a new federal ethics enforcer. 79% want a constitutional amendment that gets money out of elections. I mean, it's just incredible.
Oh, it's jerk practice, boy. Did they teach you how to sing to trees and build crappy furniture out of useless wooden logs? Huh?
They taught me how to sing to trees.
Stupid poetic justice.
Actually, we were just...
The only way not to be poor in the United States today, practically, is to go to Harvard and go to work for Goldman Sachs, right? Because you can't be a teacher, you can't be a firefighter, you can't have a normal job and be economically secure anymore. The only way you can be economically secure is to be in the elite. And so if you live in a society...
Trans people are mentally ill. Why can't you just accept the way that God made you? Don't you have Botox? And filler? And lash extensions? And hair extensions? And veneers? And you had braces?
F is for fire that burns down the whole town, used for uranium bombs. N is for no survivors.
Oh,
F is for fire that burns down the whole town, used for uranium bombs.
Bombing.
N is for no survivors. F. I think you're freaky and I like you a lot. I think you're freaky and I like you a lot. I think you're freaky and
I like to sing that. I don't even care if she's yeah.
I think you're freaky and I like you a lot.
Athena is. I like her. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Hey, just a reminder that flipping burgers at McDonald's or stocking the shelves at Walmart is not supposed to pay a living wage. Those jobs are low-skilled jobs for low-skilled people. So
Jesus, I swear I could make an ongoing series
my
on
God.
the disgusting and evil views of these awful human beings. In fact, you know what? Hello, and welcome to today's episode of Hey, You're a Bad Person. And how about a warm fuck you for our first guest who wasted no time in announcing that he believes some people deserve poverty based solely on their occupation. Pure.
I want every person that is watching me to fuck themselves.
Evil. Now listen, it is truly dystopian, capitalist, shaft-gobbling behavior to outright shame somebody for being gainfully employed.
Somebody is doing a thing. And if you don't think a person is doing a thing, and the person is doing a thing, and
in the first place, but a living wage is defined as enough to provide minimally acceptable living conditions. Literally the bare minimum. So not only is this troglodyte implicitly mocking service workers who make up about 70% of our economy, but he used the phrase low skill to say that certain people don't deserve the baseline required to survive because he doesn't value their labor. Now listen, this mindset is obviously a broader societal issue, but this man's face and arrogant Reddit moderator energy are so punchable that shaming him directly feels necessary. So I'm going to do that. Personally, I think every human being deserves food, safety, and shelter. So if you're debating whether workers deserve stable living conditions because of their occupation, yeah, I think that makes you a bad person. And taking it a step further to aggressively defend a system that would replace you without a second thought while arguing that workers, again, do not deserve the bare minimum, that is scum of the earth behavior. The billionaires aren't going to kiss you, the corporations aren't going to thank you, and you are not a part of their club. You're defending a machine that's actively looking for a way to get rid of you. Have an awful day, and hey, you're a bad person.
Hey, just a reminder that flipping burgers at McDonald's or stocking the shelves at Walmart is not supposed to pay a living wage. Those jobs are low-skilled jobs for low-skilled people.
oh my God, we're going to have to do it.
Jesus, I swear I could make an ongoing series only dismantling the disgusting and evil views of these awful human beings. In fact, you know what? Hello, and welcome to today's episode of Hey, You're a
I lied. Put your clothes back.
If we raise the minimum wage, then prices will go up. Then we'll just raise.
You're just.
This is time for
Dostoevsky. Trump just signed a.
Don't understand you.
Boomers love to criticize young people for being less successful than them, as if they just had nothing to do with society.
I don't understand. You've never.
Boomers love to criticize young people for being less successful than them, as if they just had nothing to do with society devolving to the point where it's no longer conducive to young people being successful. Like, boomers basically played a video game on easy mode, beat all the levels, but then before they handed it down to, like, their children,